Such an exciting game. And so for this Workout Wednesday, we are putting a soccer spin on it because we want to know how those athletes get to that level of physical fitness. And Kevin Boyle is the director of explosive performance at Sport&Health and has also trained many of the Washington Spirit players. So you know a thing or two about getting these women in fighting form.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here and great to be here after a win for sure.
Yeah, so exciting. You watched the whole thing last night.
Yeah, I was yelling and screaming. I kept my 3-year-old up past his bedtime, but it was great. And yeah, we have a number of players from the team that we've either worked with or that are on the Washington Spirit here in the D.C. area playing professionally.
So for somebody who just watches soccer, who's never played, you would think that cardio, running would be the main factor in getting them at that level. But I'm going to guess it's not. There's a whole lot more that goes into it.
They do everything. I mean, these athletes are amazing. They're great people, and they're always looking for an extra edge. And that's something that we help bring. That an example would be Ashlyn Harris. She's a goalie. She jumps every day, all day long. That's what she does for a living. And she came to us to improve her vertical. And she actually, her hard work led her to improve her vertical by 3 inches in preparation so that she can get to that ball. Allie Krieger, who we saw streaking down the sidelines, on offense, defense, who plays right back for the U.S. And they've let up 1 goal the entire tournament. She came to us to work on speed, and it's just because she's already fast, but she still wants to get better.
Right, and it's one thing for these women and these athletes to make it through, just one rigorous game. But these women are having to compete in back-to-back games. I mean, as they go through this playoff series. So what does that entail? What do they need to do? And also their food intake. I mean, stuff like that.
Right. Well, I think the most important thing you brought up is that they're on the field. We're able to win this great game against Germany and be in the final because they're there, they're healthy, they're on the field.
Right.
And if there's 2 things that I think that your audience would be most interested in would be concussions and
which we just saw. Those 2 butt their heads.
Yeah, the girl came away with bloody head and they were out for some time. But concussions and ACL injuries, and for concussions, they have that great training staff there that can come out and check and make sure that they're okay and safe to return to the field. Not everybody has that. We don't have that for our kids, on the field, often some remote place in this area. So one thing that I think every coach and parent should have is something called the Concussion Recognition and Response app. And it's just an application you can have on any phone, and it tells you what to do step by step so you can make sure your kids are safe, that either they need to return to the field, that we need to call 911 if that happens. And the other thing that these girls did specifically is not only do they have that great training staff, but there's actually some research saying that neck strengthening can possibly reduce some of the concussive forces that happen.
What do you do for neck strengthening?
Simple exercises. Ideally would be to have a company like Rogers Athletic and use their neck training machine. But we do things with the Spirit regularly where they're just laying on the ground. They're doing some isometric contractions and holds with their neck. So you can make a huge impact. And these girls did everything.
Things you would not think about.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kevin Boyle, Director of Explosive Performance at Sport&Health. And of course, go Team USA.
Yeah, go Team USA.
Go women, go.
Come out and watch these great players right here. These players play in the U.S.
That's right.
So,
they start somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much. Well,